Hello everyone, it's good to be back. Welcome to the Indie Music Podcast by alexrainbirdMusic.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy that it's been 2 years.
2 years.
Since the last podcast, and I just feel like so much has happened in our lives in those 2 years. So we thought, what a perfect opportunity, and do a life update episode.
Yeah, it's just a one-off one, sadly. We're not back with a full season yet, but wanted to just, say hello and explain what we've been doing, what we've got coming up. And hello. If you're listening, if you're watching on YouTube, hello. And thank you for being here and for coming back to us all this time later. Yes, there's no interviews in this episode. There's no artists this time, but you will be able to see, or if you're watching on YouTube, and definitely hear 3 brand new live sessions from indie artists from the February 2024 alexrainbirdSessions, and this is like an exclusive thing. This doesn't come out anywhere else for a few more weeks, so you're very lucky to listen to these a couple of weeks early. Very
exciting. They're incredible performances as well, and we can't wait for you to listen to them.
And here's a little sneak peek of what you can expect.
I wanna hold on to that feeling when we were young and freewheeling. Don't ever stop, don't ever stop, don't ever stop. Shaking, and I be shaking now, shaking, and I be shaking now.
Okay, so there's a few things that we wanted to chat about. There's so much going on this year. I feel like this is, for us personally, it's one of the biggest years of our lives.
Yeah.
Because we're actually getting married this year.
We're getting married.
Which is a very big life update.
We're getting married.
You finally did it, guys.
Yeah, well, next week is our 10-year anniversary of just like being like together, but there was COVID in between. Obviously, we were traveling a lot, obviously working a lot, making playlists and music-y things. So it's
it feels like the right time now.
It does. Should I say a little bit about like the engagement, like the story of it?
Yeah, tell everyone about the engagement. Not in too much detail. It's quite long-winded.
It does go on a little bit, and I'm sure you've got other things to do today, but. So it was 2022, and I don't know, I sort of started that year thinking, okay, like, this is the year. So I kind of knew, like, what sort of rings, like, engagement rings you wanted and liked. I think we had had various, like, brief conversations over the last 8 years or so.
Yeah, and when you're together for so long, I kind of just chucked my ring measurement out there to you and made sure you were aware.
It's just like a thing I knew about and I'd written down like earlier, and I knew 2022. I thought, okay, this is the year. And also one of our favorite places, probably our favorite like place in the world, is New York City. And I knew that year we were planning to go back there because we went in 2019 for the first time. We absolutely loved it, and it had been 3 years, and we were just so excited to go back again that December or November or whatever it was. But so I knew we were doing that, and I thought, okay, I need to do it in New York. But then I also remember you said you don't want to do it anywhere public, and New York's one of the busiest cities in the world. So I was like, right, okay, I need to have a think about this. But I ordered the ring online, like secretly, obviously, in the summer. And you had no idea. It came, fortunately you didn't know, you think you were out, and thankfully I think I planned it for when you were out somewhere, and I hid it right at the back of a drawer that you never go in, thinking, right, I've got a few months, like, surely she hasn't been in this drawer for 8 years, she can like hold on and just not look in this drawer and tidy up or like go looking for something. So I thought, okay, this is hopefully a safe bet, and thankfully it was. You never found it.
Which is crazy to me that the ring was in our place the whole time.
I
don't love surprises.
You hate surprises.
I'm not massive on surprises.
You need to know exactly what's happening all the time.
I always need to know what's going on. So it's kind of just weird to me that not only did you hide it in the place,
the drawer,
but not only did you hide it in that drawer, but when we were traveling to New York, you had it in your hand luggage, like you had it in your backpack.
Because I thought that was like a thing you do, because I was googling, like, do you put, like, if you're going to propose and you're going away somewhere, do you put it like in your hand luggage? Because you've got it with you the whole time, like, unless like the plane, like, he's got to jump out of it or something, and he can't, and you got to leave everything behind. Like, you're gonna have that with you.
Anyway, it would have been crazy if going through security, that's how I found out.
Oh my god, it was all fine.
And it's a stunning ring, and if you're watching on YouTube, then you'll be able to see it right there.
Just sort of zoom in a bit if you're on your phone.
Just zoom in.
But yeah, so we got to New York, and I a few months before that, I was just thinking, like, sort of in the autumn time, how, like, can I do this somewhere privately? Because there's obviously Central Park. If you've been to New York, it's massive, and if you go like in the early morning and stuff, it would be quiet. But I don't know, I just didn't want it, like, and I still didn't think you'd want it in Central Park. I don't know, you might have been too fast. Would you have been fast if it was in Central Park?
No, I would have loved it there, but how you did it is perfect.
Yeah, well, so what I did basically, and it's a long story, but you also don't like surprises, and you won't like do something and go somewhere unless you're like convinced you're happy doing it and know exactly what it is and you're prepared for it. And if you remember, if you're a watcher or listener of this podcast for a while, you may know Canyon City, who was on the season 1 at some point. I can't remember exactly what episode, but he's a really good friend, and he'd actually lived in New York for a little while. So I emailed him and I said, okay, so you lived in New York, could you send to me and Beth, like, because I'll tell you in our next email we're going to New York, and but could you, when you replied to that email, could you tell us that you have a rooftop, or know a friend that's got a rooftop, and you can get us up there like for free for a really good view?
Yeah. And
he was really excited to be part of it, and he's like, oh my god, okay, yeah, I can do that. And
I think you told me that it was like we're going to a rooftop for like drinks.
Yeah,
and I love rooftops anyway, so I was there. And
I said, oh yeah, it's Canyon City. It's like, it's Paul is his name. It's Paul's friend's rooftop, and it'd be an amazing view. I went on Google Images and I sent Paul these photos to send back to us of a really cool rooftop at sunset. So it's going to be at sunset. I think the only time we can get up there is like 4 or 5 p.m. And
you both lied to me for months.
Yeah, basically we just lied to you for months. And every time I sent an email, I then deleted it again. Because like I was just so scared that you're gonna like we're making a playlist. You want to find Canyon City's song or something, and you're searching for him, and you'd see it on there. Yeah. So we kept deleting these emails, but anyway, you thought it was Canyon City's friend's rooftop the whole time. We like wore nice clothes and stuff, didn't we? Because we thought it was like, oh, we can take some photos up there. It's like a really private, like nice thing. And a bit of drinks. Because did you think it was like a bar and stuff? Yeah. You thought it was a rooftop bar?
Yeah, I thought it was a rooftop bar.
There's a company in New York that like do like rooftop proposals. They have like a bunch of rooftops that you can just like rent for like an hour. So I had already booked that. So this is what we were actually going to, and you had no idea. So and it was quite bizarre, like instructions to get up there. You go for this like weird door up these random stairs, and so I took you all up there and said, yeah, Paul said it's this way, so you got to go up here and stuff. So we got up there, and like, the sun was literally like just setting, wasn't it? It was like really, really nice.
Yeah, it was crazy as well because nothing really clicked.
You didn't know at all.
But it was weird because it wasn't like a rooftop bar. It was literally like a New York rooftop.
A guy's roof, yeah.
It was like a guy's roof. It was amazing. Yeah. But it was like, it was quite dangerous.
Oh yeah, it was really, like, you could well easily fall off. There's no like rails or bars or wind. It was like literally you could just walk off and
and we were on like this one platform of the rooftop, and then Alex was like, actually, let's go higher up. And it was like these tiny, like narrow little staircase, and you were like hanging off the side of the New York building. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was very, very bizarre. It was great, but the instructions and the way up there, obviously, it's not designed for people to go up there. But yeah, and then we got up to the top, and then like
you said, the first thing you said to me was, this actually has nothing to do with Paul, like Canyon City, and then I knew straight away.
Did you?
Yeah.
How?
Because I just knew straight away. We're up at this New York rooftop on our own.
Yeah.
I just knew that you were going to propose there and then I just cried.
Well,
I cried so much.
I'd proposed. I did it.
I didn't just cry straight away.
Like, yeah.
I just cried loads, and I just remember like crying, but not being able to control my crying.
You were in like shock in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and you said yes.
And then it was weird because, like as you said, the sun was setting. I mean, it was the perfect time, and the photos are amazing, and it was just stunning. It was like it was like a dream come true for me. That's like my dream proposal, and I always said that.
Yes.
I always said that, it would be in New York, but I didn't think you'd go to those extremes.
Yeah.
So thank you for making such a big effort with it.
I just wanted to remember it.
But then it was weird because it got dark, and as it was getting dark, it was like us two up there. And then I randomly saw this guy like looking at us, and I was like, oh my God, it like actually scared me, because I was like, who is this guy up at this like random rooftop with us? And it wasn't Canyon City.
No.
I mean, that would have been like amazing.
Quite cool, yeah.
What a surprise.
He wasn't even in New York. He lived in New York for years. He lives in Colorado.
He was just covering it up, but it was a photographer up there with us, but he was like hiding.
Yeah, because you can book. He was planned to be there. He wasn't like a random guy.
No,
he was like, you can book like packages when you book this rooftop, and there's one of the things you can do is and champagne as well.
Yeah.
And so I got that and a photographer to take some like photos of like the moment and the reaction and stuff.
Yeah. And it was just amazing. And because we got engaged in December, so we could go home and like celebrate at Christmas with families. And then it was really lovely because obviously then we started a new fresh year. Mm-hmm. So we could get onto wedding planning. Last year. So we kind of jumped into wedding planning straight away. We weren't really hanging around, were we? No, we just, because we wanted to, I don't know, we can't decide on 2024 as like being the year, because it is like our 10 years like of being together, and yeah, it just always, I don't know, it just felt like right to not leave it like to 2025. Yeah. So yeah, we just started planning it, did all the stuff you do. That was all last year, the venue and all the food and the entertainment and all the suppliers and all the different things. And basically our lives have been wedding planning. Yeah. Like all of last year, I couldn't think of anything else apart from wedding planning, to be honest. It does overtake your whole life. It's crazy, yeah. And it's so fun and it's so amazing. And it's also very stressful at times, of course it is. But I've just been enjoying it so much, and I can't quite believe that this year is finally the year. It's very strange, like the 1st of January a few weeks ago, being like, oh my God, like this is the year it's going to happen. All this stuff that we've been like booking for this one day, which seems so far away when you started a year ago. Now it's 200 days or something. It's crazy. Yeah. So it's this summer. We've still got a little bit of time. There's still plenty of stuff to do. We've got like a massive list, and every weekend and evening is going to be spent organising and things. And we can't wait. And there's always so much to do with weddings, but it's all fun and it's all going to be amazing. It's going to be a very special day. Yeah, and we just can't wait to get married now. I can't wait, yeah. It's been way too long. It's going to be very, very special. We're so excited. And we'll definitely post some photos and stuff on social media. And can't wait. Cannot wait. The Rainbirds. Okay, so now with all that engagement and wedding talk, I think it's time for some music. Yeah. Don't you? So it's time for your first sneak peek at Alex Rainbird Sessions for February 2024. Sylvan Weekends are a pop folk trio from the UK. They're incredible. I love them. And their very first song that we featured is one you may know called Young and Freewheeling. The band were kind enough to record a super relaxed version just for us. And here it is. We hope you love it.
I wanna hold on to that feeling when we were young and freewheeling. Don't ever stop, don't ever stop, don't ever stop. If I had a pound for every time somebody asked me if I wanted to fly, I'd be king of the castle, queen of the sky. I'd be everything I wanted to be. If I had a pound for all the ways I conjured ideas, how I would spend my days, I'd be queen of the future, king of the rave. I'd be everything I wanted to be. You look so I wanna hold on to that feeling when we were young and freewheeling. Don't ever stop, don't ever stop, don't ever stop. I wanna hold on to that feeling when we were young and freewheeling. Don't ever stop, don't ever stop, don't ever stop. Sun in my face, wind in my head, air in my lungs, go everywhere. I had no curfew, I didn't care. I'll be out until I wanted to be. Seeing my toes, warming my skin, fire on the beach, drawing a sin. I had a feeling wrong within. I was becoming what I wanted to be. You look so I wanna hold on to that feeling when we were young and freewheeling. Don't ever stop, don't ever stop, don't ever stop. I wanna hold on to that feeling when we were young and freewheeling. Don't ever stop, don't ever stop, don't ever stop.
Sylvan Weekends, that was incredible. If you're listening, if you're not listening, well, either way, that was amazing. And if you're watching on YouTube, we hope you enjoy the video. And yeah, that'll be in our February 2024 Alex Rainbird Sessions video.
And now we wanted to go on to one of the craziest things that's ever happened to us. If you didn't already know, last month in December 2023, we co-presented a live concert at the world famous Carnegie Hall in New York City. Like, I can't believe I'm actually saying that.
We've written that down and said it out loud to each other like so many times, and it still doesn't feel like real, and we can't believe that we did it. Like, it's insane. How it all came about, basically 2 years ago, or over 2 years ago now, in like December 2021, because we obviously featured tons of artists, incredible musicians on the channel, and one of them was a guy that you may know called Tim Janis, and he makes instrumental music and music with vocals. It's basically very relaxing sort of indie folk acoustic music, and he was on one of our playlists and we featured him and it was great. And then a couple months or weeks later he emailed us and said, "Hi guys, it's Tim here, thank you again for featuring my song. Also for the last 15 years or something, he'd been arranging and organising concerts, Christmas concerts at Carnegie Hall in New York. Would you guys want to be like interested or involved in any way in helping me put this together?" And we thought it was spam or
because it just didn't feel real. A venue like Carnegie Hall is so prestigious, and we are so unbelievably grateful that we ever got to even step foot in a venue like that, let alone be on the stage and doing anything towards the show. That getting an email asking to be part of it was just so shocking. And I think we still sit here and we're so shocked about it because for the last like two or 3 years we haven't even believed that we were going to be a part of it. If that makes sense. Like it was such a big opportunity. It was
he emailed 2 years before the actual thing, because it was going to be in 2022. That December trip. That's actually why we went to New York for the engagement, to like kind of celebrate what could have been like this Carnegie Hall thing didn't happen. It's because of COVID. Nothing like it was just because of COVID restrictions and stuff like that. But still, even then, it was kind of like went quiet for a little while, and then it got to 2023, and we thought, maybe like we still know it might happen this year. Maybe like we'll get some like news soon, and then sort of in the sort of spring, it slowly started coming together, didn't we? We got we spoke more to Tim and got on calls with him. Basically, our role in this whole thing was to give him some artists like from our playlist that we obviously loved that would fit in with the theme, that could do maybe that's some Christmas music, so they could do like a Christmas cover or original song. So we gave him a list of people, and just still really couldn't believe it. Like, I can't believe we're part of this. Like, even just to offer artists for this amazing event is amazing. It's just incredible. And then we finally like got like to the point of him asking, well, would you guys want to present them on stage to the 2,000-3,000 people that are going to be there? And we were like, yeah, if you're offering, do you know what I mean? Like,
it was something that at the time, obviously, you're speaking to him and Elizabeth as well, his wife, who was a big involvement and a massive help. So we were speaking to both of them, and they were like asking us if we wanted to present it, and you still don't quite believe it, but it's also such a big opportunity to present on stage at a venue like that turning it down, and like it was never it was never a question that we weren't going to do it.
And before you even like go any further, like we're talking about presenting at Carnegie Hall. We had, if you've been following us for a while, you may know we organised a show in London in 2019, which was amazing. Our little show, there was three people there. Sorry, there was
3 people.
Me, you, my dad. No, there was 3 artists.
Much point in doing it,
3 artists were there. Sorry. 3 artists were there. They were amazing, and there was about 150 people. It was sold out, and it was incredible. But there's 150 people, and we stood on stage very, very briefly at the very start to say, "Hi, we're Alex and Bev," and we were like nervous for because we knew we were doing it for like half a year, and we were nervous the whole time, thinking, "Oh my god, 150 people we've got to speak in front of," and and that was a good experience, but like that was
all we knew.
The amount of experience we'd had at speaking to a crowd, and then we've got to speak not just at Carnegie Hall, but to like the 2,000, 3,000 people that are going to be attending such a prestigious venue, and also just a prestigious like thing that's been going on for 15 years that we're now a part of, and like jumping in like after people who've maybe been going for a very long time. Every year it's like a tradition thing for them. So yeah, there was a lot of pressure. I think like as it got closer to it, we wrote a script, didn't we, out, and we were just practicing it again and again, like before we went, and when we got to the States, we were practicing it every day in a hotel.
We'd pretend that there was a crowd in front of us. We'd do it like out of our window in New York. It was also just so important to know this speech and to say all the right things and feel proud that we'd done it and that we'd done it well. Yeah, because we could have just not practiced it and gotten over a little bit of paper and read it off, but we wanted to just sort of take the moment and just sort of even just show to ourselves at the very least that we can do it. And hopefully to not embarrass ourselves in front of all those people. But we got there on the day, and we went there for the dress rehearsals and stuff, and we still like. We just couldn't believe it. Like that's when it sort of sank in. We was sat like just in the audience with a few people who were just watching the choir set up and the orchestra and all the and Ben Rector was performing. So we saw his set rehearsal. Yeah, that was crazy because we love Ben Rector, and then he's just like rehearsing in front of you. And he's obviously the headline act, so you're seeing like the headline act rehearsing. And we were sat in the Carnegie Hall seats, and I still don't think it really clicked for me then that we were a part of it, that we were getting on the stage as well. He was going to be walking off, and we'd be walking onto the stage and actually saying stuff. But yeah, so we did a little practice, and that was just like weird. It was literally by that point we were the last people to do a rehearsal, and everyone else that was watching like the thing when the rehearsal had gone. There was no one there, so we're like, okay, we can do it, because no one was actually there. But it was just being on the stage and like knowing where to stand, when to walk out, and like you said, we've never. I mean, we obviously went on a stage for our London show, but that was a very small venue. We've never been on like a massive stage before, in front of lights with a microphone. You know, we've never done that. No. We've never ever. I've never ever done anything like that in my life. And we had a dressing room which was crazy, and all of the backstage was unbelievable to be at a venue like that and see all of the backstage, see how it runs. It was an experience that I would say has changed my life. Yeah. Just in the way that I think about things and my confidence and just everything now. And it's just, I'm so proud that we did it. Yeah. Really proud that we went up and did it. So yeah, we went on twice to introduce, the two artists were Cannon City again. So Cannon City is a big part of our lives. Yeah. And Joshua Hislop as well, who's also just incredible. So it was a night, it was all happening. Everyone was like doing their thing. We were backstage and we're like, oh my God, like we're about to go on. And we walked out there, and obviously this speech and this script that we've been like practicing, like people that loved it, didn't they? They laughed and like clapped at things we didn't even think were funny. So that was good. Hopefully they were laughing with us. And not at hopefully us. They just were like laughing the whole time at us. But I think the first time we got on the stage, we were like 15 minutes into the show, so we were quite early into the show, and I think that really helped being early on, because we could just sort of like do the first bit, and then we were very early, so we could enjoy the rest of the show, which was nice. But I think the first speech that we did, once we'd done one of them, because I came off the stage and I wanted to get back on the stage, and I think the adrenaline was just, I was so high on adrenaline that I was like, I need to get back on and say like my second part of the speech, which is weird that you can go from like being so nervous to not thinking that you can do it, and then once you've done it once, you then want to keep doing it. Yeah. And it's all in your head. Like, it was all in my head, because I just kept thinking the whole time, I'm going to mess up. I'm so nervous. I can't do this. Just felt sick, didn't you, to your stomach? Yeah. Yeah, in really the best did. Way, because it's an amazing like place to be, an opportunity, but you just felt like, what are we doing? Do you know what I mean? Like, we have no like training or preparation, but obviously it was just a weird feeling to, because we did the speeches, we did one, went off again, a few more songs were played and went back on, introduced Joshua Hislop, but to just feel like we actually like belonged there, like, well, to be asked, and then everyone said, oh, you did so great, and like we didn't, we said our thing and we didn't mess it up, or
trip over our words or forget anything, and we just kind of sort of did it, didn't we? And everyone said we did great, and it's just, oh my god, we actually like, we deserve to be here. Basically, it was just a really like, because we obviously we make playlists, we're sat behind our laptops most of the time, listening to songs and music, and you just feel like kind of separated from.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's amazing that we still, after all this time, get people like viewing our videos and commenting and liking stuff, but to actually do it in real life and something like that, and to get like a response that we've done well in person to something we've done that isn't a playlist or isn't, I don't know, something on like an Instagram post or something stupid. Do you know what I mean?
It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
To take it into the real world and not online is always an amazing feeling, and it's one that we want to keep doing. Like now that we've done Carnegie Hall, it almost feels like we've kind of we're opening our thoughts as to what else we can do in the future. Yeah. And there's so many other live things that we want to do. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
Well done. You did it.
Well done, us. Yeah. And that's obviously helped for 2024. Doing the sessions and being on camera and come out to the podcast. It just is a really like, just a weird thing, isn't it, to even be like back here again? Like, and it just feels like a lot of things could be possible. So just watch this space, and we're really excited for the future.
Bring it on.
And moving on, that means it is time for another Alex Rainbird session, and I hope you're ready to jump around your room or your car or wherever you're listening to this, because Hang 10 are about to come on, and they're an awesome indie rock band from the US. I've been working with them for a few years now, and they've crafted this super fun version of their song Don't Get Me Started for your listening, and if you're on YouTube, your viewing pleasure. Take it away, guys.
Hang 10, that was absolutely incredible.
That was
what an amazing band, and just full of energy. I loved that.
That was so fun. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yes, so now that brings us on to the last thing that we actually wanted to talk about, which is Alex Rainbird Sessions. You've already heard 2 brand new session performances today, so it's probably time we did a deep dive into where the ideas come from and why we wanted to do it.
Yeah. Thank you for your patience if you've been waiting for us to talk about this. So Alex Rainbird Sessions is a thing. It exists. It's real. The January 2024, it was the first one we did. That's been out a few weeks now. If you've watched that already, we hope you loved it, because we love putting it together.
Yeah. And thank you so much for all of your support on the first one.
Oh,
as
totally.
Well.
Yeah. And this idea of the sessions and asking artists to do like a live performance, it's been sort of swimming around in our ideas and our heads for a little while. And again, if you've been following us for a little while, you may remember in 2021 we got to 1 million subscribers on YouTube, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, obviously it's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's incredible.
And it was the lockdowns and COVID and all those things, so we didn't really have a way to celebrate that milestone in person or put on a show or party or anything like that. So we asked, I think, about 50 artists, if they would, that were featured over the last 7 or 8 years by that time, if they would like to record a performance of one of their songs that has done the best in our playlist, in our videos. And then we put together this 4-hour live, like, virtual festival type thing, sort of intercut with messages from subscribers and followers in our community, sort of saying how thankful they were. It was insane. It was amazing.
It was incredible. And when we were doing the 1 million festival, we kept saying to each other, like, imagine if we could do this all the time. Mm-hmm. Because we love live performances, we love live music, like live indie music. There's nothing better than going to see your favourite artist live. Yeah,
especially if it's like an artist who might not like tour loads.
Yeah.
Or you've like, you get to their show and you're like, okay, I'm at this show, they may be doing a few tour dates, so finally I've travelled, or they're in my city, I'm finally here, and it's just a really special thing.
Yeah. And we always thought of the idea of, okay, well, we make monthly playlist compilations where you discover new indie artists, but what if we made monthly live compilations? And we always thought of that idea, and it's also something that I've never seen before.
No.
Apart from obviously the 1 million festival, I've never seen anyone else go into like a compilation of live music. So we always thought of the idea of Alex Rainbird Sessions, but last year, especially like towards the middle of last year, we seriously thought, okay, let's make this happen.
Yeah, definitely, because it's something we wanted to do, as you said, for a very long time. And we were thinking, okay, well, we've got married now, we're doing all this wedding planning, and we
haven't got married yet.
No, sorry. we've got married yet.
Skipping ahead.
Yeah, sorry, it's been a lot of wedding stuff. But we're engaged, and obviously this year we're going to be going on things like honeymoons and stuff, and it's going to be times out of this year that we're going to be not doing as much work. So like, if we want to do these Alex Rainbird Sessions, we need to be planning these things like way in advance to get all the people, especially like over Christmas time, to get it started in January. We need to be planning this in like September, October to start like to jumping into it. Yeah. So we thought, okay, we've got to do it basically now to have this is the only time in the next sort of year or so we're gonna have these months to start it. So we thought, okay, let's go. So we
love that.
Yeah, that was we really wanted to spread the magic of live indie music. I mean, we say that in the video as well. And so we asked, I think, 15 of our picked 15 amazing people, and there's a very, very long list of amazing people that we have yet to even start going through. There's so many artists we want to get involved in this, and if you're an artist and you've been featured and listening, we're probably talking about you. So expect an email.
And also, if you think anyone would be good for an Alex Rainbird session, let us know.
Yeah, definitely.
Make sure you give feedback on the sessions.
Please
we
do.
want feedback. It's such a new thing for us.
Yeah.
That, it's going to take improvements as well.
Yeah, this is only the start, really. Obviously, we're really excited about the February sessions. That's in a few weeks' time. That's actually coming out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
On the 14th. So
that's our little present to you.
That's our little Valentine's gift to you all. And yeah, so we just sort of put it all together. We asked all the artists, and we just kind of came up with a whole new channel and sort of ways to edit the videos and ways to put it all together.
Oh yeah, actually that's worth a mention. Alex Rainbird Sessions has its own YouTube channel now.
Yes.
But that's to watch the individual sessions. So if there's anyone that you think stands out, you can go to Alex Rainbird Sessions and watch them just on their own.
We upload all of them, just on their own individually. You can add them to your playlists or whatever, and just that's where you'll be able to find just the one thing, the one video on its own.
Yeah, but on Alex Rainbird Music, you'll be able to see the full compilation. Normally about 20-30 minute long.
30-40, I'd say.
30-40, wow.
I think February's going to be longer. I'm going to say it. I think there's potentially 40 plus minutes there of amazing live performances. So
wow.
Well, we're waiting to see.
We're just really excited for this new chapter.
It means we're going to be on camera a lot more as well, because we're introducing them all and stuff on there, on video, on YouTube. And
we're still running Alex Rainbird Music exactly the same. Still going to be the same compilations, and it's all going to be great.
Yeah. Just adding yet another thing to our
why not
to our schedule, but
why not?
It's brilliant. And yeah, if you've seen, as I said before, seen the January one, we really hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah,
and we really hope you're excited for February.
Yeah, and thank you so much for watching. Yes. If you have already.
And that brings us nicely on to the last thing today.
Yeah, so this is the final sessions performance for the podcast today. It's from Cajon Concept, who we absolutely love. We've worked with lots of artists over the years, but there aren't many that we've featured for as long as Cajon Concept.
It's true.
Yeah, it is true. It's true. We first crossed paths in 2015, which is now 9 years ago.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Which makes me feel a bit sick.
How was 2015 9 years ago? What?
I feel so old.
Yeah.
His music has just, in my opinion, his music has just got better and better.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just top of my list for a session.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's actually been releasing a song every month as well, which is just amazing. And this is one of the songs, a very special acoustic version of Shaking Out My Problems. So we hope you enjoy.
Starts out in my hands, they do a little dance. I can't get thinking straight, that's why I'm always late. I'd rather kill and die than hear the reasons why my life has gone to nil, and I just can't sit still. Shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out, shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out, shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out, shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out. I be shaking when everything is crazy. I be shaking out my problems. I be shaking, I do it on the daily. I be shaking out my problems. Shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out, shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out, shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out, shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out. I don't know who I am, and I don't have a plan. I take it day by day and let fate pave the way. Watch just the little things, they only kind of sting. Don't worry when in doubt, calm down and shake it out. Shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out, shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out, shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out, shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out. I be shaking when everything is crazy. I be shaking out my problems. I be shaking, I do it on the daily. I be shaking out my problems. Shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out, shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out, shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out, shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out my problems. I be shaking when everything is crazy. I be shaking out my problems. I be shaking, I do it on the daily. I be shaking out my problems. Shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out, shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out, shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out, shaking, shaking, and I be shaking out my problems.
Just amazing.
Thank you very much, Cajon Concept. And the noises in the background were that was in a bowling alley. If you didn't watch on YouTube, that was what those noises were. They were bowling pins and balls.
Yeah,
and stuff. But
we get it.
Yeah, sorry, I just want to make you if you all just didn't know. But yeah, that is everything we've got time for today. We talked about the wedding, we talked about Sessions and Carnegie Hall, and that's where we're at. It's a big year for Sessions. We're sort of building off of Carnegie Hall, feeling a sort of a newfound confidence in putting ourselves out there and being on camera. That's been a very, very long road to get to this point. But and yeah, I'm very, very excited to finally get married and everything that brings. And yeah, thank you for sitting there or standing there and listening to us talk about us for 30 minutes or so. We've hoped you enjoyed this episode of the podcast being back, and let us know if you're excited for season 2, because it will happen at some point, because we've really loved setting all this up again, and
it's been really great to be back on here. And we hope it was worth the 2-year wait as well. I'm so sorry for keeping it.
And if it wasn't, then
so long.
I'm sorry. That's about that as well.
And if you've enjoyed the Alex Rainbird Sessions performances as well, make sure you mark your calendars for 14th of February. That's the second Alex Rainbird session, and there's already the January one that's up as well, so you can go and check that out now.
As we said already, make sure you subscribe to Alex Rainbird Sessions if you're not already, because that's where you'll find all the performances on there. They'll go live on there as soon as the monthly Sessions compilation video is on the main channel. So and make sure you don't miss any of them.
Thank you so much for listening and watching.
So much.
And have a great day, and also all the best of 2024.
We'll see you around. We'll see you on the Sessions videos, and
chat soon,
guys.
Bye everyone.
Bye.